Brought to you by the new Faro's Lounge Kickstarter, the Steel Bikini Spectacular. Look at that shit. 27 grand. Why not go for 30? We got 2 weeks left. Let's play two. Let's go for 30 G's, huh? Keep me in the lifestyle I'm accustomed to, which is losing at fantasy football and blowing all of my anger on hookers. Preferably of the Colombian type. Love Colombian hookers. They're the best. Where the hell are we? All right. Chiefs, Ravens, 100 grand in the pot, 10 grand in first place. Out of all my goddamn best ball teams, I now have one team left in a $15,000 tournament, and it's made up of I got 8 cards left of the 12, and I got 5 Lions and 3 Ravens. So we're rooting for a Ravens Lions Super Bowl. And my ass is gonna win that 15 large. Goddamn best ball, torture the fuck out of me. All right, you know how we work. 20 captains. We're gonna read through the tarot cards. Ah, man, as a Buffalo Bills fan, what a fucking heartbreaker. Another kick sales wide right. Another season for the Buffalo Bills ended. God really just doesn't like the Buffalo Bills. That's all I can think. Rashi Rice. Zay the Flay Flowers. Gus the Bus. Makin. Is this fucking jerk off playing? You gotta have him in there, maybe. Isaiah Likely, possibly. We skip all of the backup quarterbacks to Odell Beckham Jr. Jr. Justin Tucker is a mean motherfucker. Nelson Aguilar. Harrison Buttface. Justice Hill. Marquise Valdez Scumbag. Really? This guy gets a captain? No. Somehow we're going to be pulling his ass. Well, this is the game where he can come up big. He only needs to come up big once to pay off that contract. Ravens D. Chiefs D. Rashad W. Bateman. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And finally, possible captain's consideration, Mr. Justin Watson. Let's do our thing, people. Once again, brought to you by the Faro's Lounge Kickstarter while I take a drink of water. Let's do this shit. All right. Top card in the deck, Lamar Jackson. Completed 16 of 22 passes for 152 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions in Saturday's win over the Texans. He rushed the ball 11 times for 100 yards and an additional 2 scores. Jackson and the rest of Baltimore's offense got off to a relatively slow start, as they didn't find the end zone until midway through the second quarter. However, he took over from there, throwing for touchdowns of 3 and 15 yards, while also finding the end zone on the ground with rushes of 15 and 8 yards. Jackson had thrown at least 1 interception each of his 4 postseason games entering Saturday's matchup, though he had no turnovers in the blowout win. He also now has at least 100 rushing yards in 3 of 5 career playoff games. Jackson became the first player in NFL history to have a game with multiple touchdown passes and multiple rushing scores while throwing and rushing for over 100 yards to go with a 100-plus rating. He and the Ravens will host either the Chiefs or the Bills next Sunday, with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line. All right, down to the bottom of the deck. Make it all till we get up to Mr. Pat Mahomes. Make it all come full circle. Washington and Washington. Mr. Bowl. McKinnon, he ain't playing. Fortson. Kalahari Bushman. Denrick. Mr. Wallace. No. Mr. Winchester. Sean Ryan. Keontae Ingram. Mr. Remigio's neighborhood. Laquan Treadwell. No, that's the 17th. What was the champion? What was the playoff game? 20th. So 20th or better. Justin Ross. Active for Sunday's divisional round matchup against Buffalo. Does this count? Yeah, make it count. Ross was unable to play in the Chiefs' wildcard win over the Dolphins due to injury, but he was able to log limited practices leading up to the divisional round matchup with the Bills. Clemson product will be one of the many options at receiver suiting up for Kansas City on Sunday as garbage. Dan Chisnia reverted to the practice squad Monday. Signed to the practice squad on January 10th, Chisnia was elevated for Saturday's playoff win over the Texans, seeing action on 16 special teams snaps. Who cares? But it's important to look at all the tarot cards. See whose name comes up more often than not. Who will be the sleeper at the edge of the world? Ben Mazon. The fucking guys' names I didn't even recognize that I haven't seen do shit all year. Richie James. Owen Wright. Who will be our $200 man? Old news. He did not play. Patrick. Jean-Luc Ricard. Nut and honey. Now, on my wall, I have my $20,000 lineup of cards here. Pat Mahomes, Mecole Hardman, Travis Kelce, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Tyreek Hill, and Devin Duvernay. $20,000 I made off that lineup. Every time I see Devin Duvernay and every time I see the Chiefs playing the Ravens, I've got to do it. And it will be done. Devin Duvernay is back. Listed as active for Saturday's divisional round game against the Texans. A back issue forced Duvernay to injured reserve for the final four contests of the regular season. But after the Ravens' first round bye, he was able to log full practices this week and can be activated in advance of Saturday's outing. With his status now cleared up, he likely will slot into both return roles due to Tylan Wallace being sidelined. But Duvernay may have a tough time re-entering the wide receiver mix with all of Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Odell Beckham, and Nelson Aguilar available for Baltimore's offense. Well, looks like we get some receivers on the board here. Flowers on the board. Bateman on the board. Old Dirty Bastard on the board. And Nelson Aguilar on the board. You know I'm doing that exact same lineup here, but I'll have Rice in there for Tyreek Hill. It's got to be done. It won me money. It's these two fucking teams. It was a Monday Night Football game. That was $1 million lineup. I just had to share it with 70 fucking pricks. It's still $1 million lineup. Just didn't make $1 million. Charlie Kolar shit. Guy did shit. He did shit. Continue to do shit. Mecole Hardman Jr. Wow, that fucking fumble, man. Ooh, that was a rough fumble. It's a rough fumble, Mecole. I can't see Mecole getting too much playing time. But they forgive him, I guess, because they won. Dalvin Cook came through for a couple of points in that game. 2.3 to be exact. I can't believe that they don't have him down in like the $200, $400 pile. They're really charging $1,200 fucking dollars for Dalvin Cook. Really? What, his motherfucking call somebody? Noah Gray, dog shit. However, again, 4.6 points. He's on the field. Man's on the field. Kadarius Toney ruled out Saturday ahead of Sunday's game against the Bills. Tony managed to practice in limited fashion all week, but that evidently wasn't enough to gain clearance for the pivotal playoff matchup. Expect the lights of Justin Watson, Mecole Hardman, and Marquise Valdez-Scantling to continue seeing additional snaps in the absence of Tony. He did throw to Scantling. I hate to say it, he threw to Scantling. Hardman, if Hardman gets in the end zone, that was a relevant fucking pick. And Marquise Valdez, scumbag. So 3 new receivers are on the board. Tell me, where are you driving? Midnight cruiser. Watson did shit in that game. I think he threw him 1 fucking pass, if I remember correctly. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's going to be the lineup where we're going to pull Helaire. We're probably going to end up pulling Watson as well. Although he hasn't done shit. All right, Helaire here though. I want to just do this lineup before I don't even need to read anything. I'm just running this lineup again. Mahomes, Kelsey, Rice. Where's Hardman? And then where's Duvernay? Ooh, and I got money left over. Now I can take Rice. I'm damn sure going to take Jackson instead. We're going to run 1 slaughter stack here like this, right? Oh, fuck, I got crowns. Use the crowns. And then 1 more slaughter stack. We're just going to run it as it's supposed to be. So, Mahomes, Kelsey, Rice, Hardman. Where's Duvernay? And he will run Pacheco. Now we can upgrade from Hardman since Hardman's probably going to get demoted. I'd like to just run it like this for $3. What can we do with Hardman? We can do better than Hardman. Although, it's all about being contrarian. Scumbag, yes. Marquise Valdez scumbag instead of Hardman. Pacheco instead of Helaire, yes. Yes. 2 slaughter stacks, ladies and gentlemen, right there. 2 slaughter stacks right there. Now. All right, coming back here. Coming back. Where are we? Where were we? We weren't going to use Helaire or Watson as captains. Let's see if Bateman earns a captain's chair. Rashad Bateman recorded 3 receptions on 3 targets for 39 yards in Saturday's win over the Texans. Baltimore dominated the Texans on the ground, limiting its need to take to the air. That led to diminished volume for all the team's pass catchers, while Bateman finished tied for 3rd on the team in targets. His first catch was his most impactful as it pushed the Ravens into field goal range on their first offensive possession. Bateman also tacked on a 21-yard gain in the 3rd quarter, the team's 2nd largest gain from scrimmage. He had a disappointing season overall, though Bateman now has multiple catches in 4 of his last 6 contests. Yeah, Bateman can come up big. He can come up big. It's the championship game. I think he keeps his captain's chair. The Chiefs, Ravens, of course, defense always keeps their chair. This fucking douche. Marquise Valdez scumbag. Recorded 2 receptions on 4 targets for 62 yards in Sunday's win over the Bills. Valdez-Scantling got attention this season for the wrong reasons, as he often squandered opportunities with drops. However, he delivered key receptions of 32 and 30 yards in the Chiefs' win, both of which helped set up touchdowns later in the drive. It was Valdez-Scantling's highest yardage total since Week 7, and the first time he topped 30 receiving yards in that span. With Kadarius Toney struggling to get healthy and Mecole Hardman losing a key fumble Sunday, Valdez-Scantling may be called upon once again in the AFC Championship game against Baltimore. That's 2 for Hardman. I guess Toney's on the board. He's questionable and not out. So, 2 for Mecole Hardman. Kadarius Toney is on the board. There was nothing in there about anybody else, right? They didn't talk about Bateman. Justice Hill rushed the ball 13 times for 66 yards in Saturday's win over the Texans. He also had 2 receptions on 2 targets for 11 yards. Hill led the Ravens' backfield while matching his highest carry total of the season and recorded his highest yardage total of the campaign. He was particularly effective running out of the clock late in the game, as he accounted for 42 yards in the final quarter. Hill also remained involved as a pass catcher and has commanded multiple targets in 5 of his last 6 contests. He should split work with Gus Edwards once again in the AFC Championship game while squaring off with either the Chiefs or the Bills, though it's worth noting that newcomer Dalvin Cook saw 8 carries on Saturday. Also, Edwards appeared to leave the game due to some issue in the fourth quarter. So Edwards on the board and Dalvin Cook on the board. Butker, old news, 10 points, keeps his chair. Nelson Aguilar. Not really talking about him, but again, keeps his captain's chair because the man's a pain in the ass. He just always finds a fucking way into a winning lineup. Justin Tucker, old fucking news. Old news. But again, captain's chair. Odell Beckham Jr. Old news, but again, captain's chair. Become our backup quarterback brigade. Lane. Oluduku. Huntley. Old news. All right. Mr. Josh Johnson. Inactive. Saturday's tilt against the Texans. With Lamar Jackson and Tyron Huntley healthy, Johnson will serve as the team's emergency quarterback if both the former 2 players get hurt. The veteran quarterback is yet to appear in a game this season. It's 1 for Lamar, 1 for Huntley. Malik Cunningham. Isaiah Likely recorded 2 receptions on 3 targets for 34 yards and a touchdown in Saturday's win over the Texans. The Ravens passed the ball only 22 times, limiting the volume for pass catchers in the offense. Despite having relatively few opportunities to impact the game, Likely accounted for the team's 3rd longest play from scrimmage with a 19-yard catch in the 3rd quarter, and subsequently caught a 15-yard touchdown in the final quarter of the contest. With the performance, he now has 6 touchdowns in his last 6 games. Even if Mark Andrews returns, Likely shouldn't completely disappear from the offense in the AFC Championship game against either the Bills or the Chiefs. Mark Andrews on the board. This is going to be tough to pick. Mark Andrews. Nope, same bullshit news. Gus, the bus, rushed the ball 10 times for 40 yards in Saturday's win over the Texans. He added 1 reception on 2 targets for -1 yard. Edwards was outtouched and gained by Justice Hill in the blowout win. He still maintained his role near the goal line, though he was stuffed on an attempt from the 2-yard line early in the second quarter, only to have Lamar Jackson throw for a score 1 play later. Much like the regular season, Edwards' fantasy value will come down to his ability to find the end zone, particularly as it now appears that Hill has the upper hand for work outside the red zone. So Hill is on the board. That is 2 for Lamar. Where are we? Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers recorded 4 catches on 5 targets for 41 yards in Saturday's win over the Texans. The Ravens ran the ball 42 times in the win, which in turn limited volume for all of their pass catchers. Flowers led the team in targets but still had a modest stat line as a result, with his longest gain of the day going for 17 yards on a catch early in the second quarter. Presumably, the Ravens will be in a tighter matchup in the AFC Championship game against either the Bills or the Chiefs, which would give Flowers the chance as a more robust stat line. Rashee Rice recorded 4 receptions on 4 targets for 47 yards in Sunday's win over the Bills. Rice had his opportunity curtailed by the Chiefs' overall volume, as the team ran only 47 offensive plays to compare to 78 for the Bills. As a result, he saw his lowest target total since Week 9, and he failed to surpass 50 receiving yards for the first time since Week 11. Rice will face another tough test in the AFC Championship game as he'll square off against the Baltimore secondary that allowed the ninth fewest yards to opposing wide receivers. Ravens D. Isaiah Pacheco rushed the ball 15 times for 97 yards and a touchdown in Sunday's win over the Bills. He added one catch on one target for 14 yards. The Chiefs ran only 47 offensive plays, limiting volume for all of their skill position players. However, Pacheco delivered in key situations as 82 of 111 yards from scrimmage came in the second half. He punched in a 4-yard touchdown early in the fourth quarter for what turned out to be the game-winning score, and he had a pair of tough runs on the final possession of the game to record a first down, allowing Kansas City to run out the clock. Pacheco has been a reliable workhorse in the offense this postseason, handling 39 carries while gaining 186 yards with 2 trips to the end zone across 2 games. Goddamn. Travis Kelce recorded 5 receptions on 6 targets for 75 yards and 2 touchdowns in Sunday's win over the Bills. Kelce snapped out of a significant slump in the wildcard round, and he took another step forward against the Bills. His strong rapport with Pat Mahomes shone through as he led the Chiefs in targets and accounted for one of 2 of the team's 3 touchdowns with catches of 22 and 3 yards. The performance was particularly well timed, as it was Kelce's first time finding the end zone since Week 11 and his first multi-touchdown game of the season. He'll face a tough test in the AFC Championship game against Baltimore, as the Ravens have allowed only 3 scores to opposing tight ends all season. Good Lord. Mahomes is on the board. Oof. And finally, Pat Mahomes completed 17 of 23 passes for 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions in Sunday's win over the Bills. He added 6 rushes for 19 yards. The Chiefs possessed the ball for only 22-57 and ran only 47 offensive plays, so Mahomes was reliant upon efficiency to produce a good stat line. While it was hardly his most memorable postseason performance, he did what was necessary by throwing a pair of touchdowns to Travis Kelce from 22 and 3 yards away. Mahomes also hit Marquise Valdez-Scantling for gains of 32 and 30 yards, helping him average an impressive 9.3 yards per attempt. He and the Chiefs will appear in their 6th consecutive AFC Championship game on Sunday against the Ravens. So, Kelce's on the board. That is 2 for Marquise Valdez-Scumbag. I believe they talked about the Ravens D in the Kelce thing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's count the votes. All ones! We got 2 for Lamar, 2 for the Ravens D, 2 for MVS, 2 for Hardman. Does this mean we're saying that the Ravens intend to take Kelce out of the game? Lamar, Ravens D, Marquise Valdez-Scantling, Nicole Hardman. What fucking noise was that? Let's do this. Right, so we already got Jackson in there. So Scantling, Ravens D, Hardman. I think we got room for both Mahomes and Kelce. Boom, boom. Done. All right. Now we got Mahomes here, so Jackson, Scantling, Ravens D, Mecole Hardman. No one's taking Mecole Hardman. That dude fucking fumbled. Now you go either Kelce or Pacheco here. Ooh, fuck me. I mean, it's Kelce there. He's gonna be throwing the fucking ball to Kelce. God damn. Shit. Can we do both? Kelce on one. Can we pull somebody out of the captain's chair? Bateman, Chiefs D, Ravens. Scantling. I'm thinking Chiefs D can go. Chiefs D can go. So let's get Mahomes, Jackson, Pacheco, Ravens, Scantling, Hardman. So we got one lineup with Pacheco on the 6, and one lineup with Kelsey on the 6. Let's see what happens. I need Lamar Jackson to have the greatest game of his fucking life, because then again, if it's a Ravens Lions Super Bowl, my ass is winning that 15 grand. Hands down. A lot of pressure on them damn Lions. All right, here we go. So Jackson, Scantling, Ravens, Hardman. So essentially, we get a lot of money left over here. So of course we're going Mahomes. Pacheco. So we get Jackson, Scantling, Ravens, Hardman. Lots of money left over for Mahomes. Now, again, at any point, you could drop any of these fucking guys. You got 2,900 to work with. But I'm trying to be as ultra contrarian as possible. It's the only way to try and win these fucking games. You're going up against thousands of fucking people. Look at this. 39,000 players and you got 20 lineups. They all got 20 lineups. So you'd have to imagine, let's just say that 99.99999% of these fucking people are all just going to try and fill that salary cap as much as they can, which is what I do all the time. And I don't fucking win. Let's try some different shit here. Scantling, Ravens. I'm trying to go as contrarian as humanly fucking possible. There's a lot of cash left over here. So, something we got to look into. Especially if you could drop Scantling for Flowers, which you can. It's doable. But the Ravens didn't throw to anybody. I think this entire team is just Lamar fucking Jackson. It's hard to pick likely because Andrews might be back. Let's see, we got some Jackson action. Some action Jackson. Scantling, Ravens. Hodman. See, this is going to be an interesting dilemma because we're always going to have money left over. And you can decide what you want to do. You can get rid of Hardman for a kicker. It's all doable. You can stop dropping Hardman now. And grabbing Butker, Tucker. I mean, fucking Tucker's a beast. Tucker kicks fucking 9 field goals a game. Aguilar, too. But again, we fall into that trap where we want to fill the salary cap. And that's how we end up losing. Stay contrarian, my friend. Stay contrarian. All right, Edwards. So we got Jackson. Scantling. Ravens. Todd Man. I think we could start maybe cutting Hardman. It's hard not to think about going after like maybe I want to fight the urge. Because you know what it is? Filling the salary cap. It's not winning. I'm fucking getting my ass kicked in every fucking game. The only game I was close was that fucking Bills game. I was in 9 fucking plays and I got wiped out. Jackson. So it's like you gotta like fight the urge like a fucking drug. Try to fill the cap. Tell you something, there's just gotta be a concoction that I can come up with that they're not seeing. Oh my God, 7,100 left over. How do you not try to go for Kelsey or Rice? God damn it. So tempting. It's like you gotta fight the urge. You gotta fight the fucking urge. I'm sick of not winning, man. Isaiah Likely. Sorry, just take Jackson and Mahomes. Just take that right off the bat. Scantling Ravens. 82 left over. So I'll take Hardman over Gus. Remember, Hardman gets in that end zone and doesn't fumble. That's fucking What, 7, 8 points? Think about it. No one's going to take Hardman. As a matter of fact, fuck Beckham as well. To the flex where we just go Jackson, Mahomes, right? Scantling, Ravens. If you took Hardman, what is the fit in terms of captain? You can get anybody. I want Kelsey and I want Pacheco. Can I get Pacheco anywhere? 94. What if you pull Ravens here? Pull Ravens. Give me double tight ends, yeah. If that particular one. I don't like ODJ as a fucking captain. Just not working for me. Tucker, however. Jackson, Mahomes. Scantling, Ravens. 10 grand, I'm willing to go away from Hardman for a while and go to Kelsey. Yeah, we're going to ditch Hardman for the rest of these lineups. We got him in the first fucking 10. Contrarian enough. Aguilar, Jackson, Mahomes. Scantling, Ravens. 10-3 left. What do we got? Oh, mama. Harrison Butker. Jackson, Mahomes. Kelsey. Scantling. Ravens. All right. And Justice Hill. Fuck Justice Hill. We're gonna do a Raven slaughter stack here. All right, we're going Lamar. Actually, no, it's not gonna work. He's the weapon. He's the fucking guy. So go underneath with 5 Chiefs. Checo. Ooh, that's gonna be rough. We can't even get Hardman, but we can get Duvernay. Oh. Do we get Richie James down here? We can. Who else is hiding down here? Charlie Kolar. Did Kolar catch anything in that fucking game? He caught 1 pass. Charlie Kolar. Tight end 2. Done. You can do magic. All right, what we got here? Marquise, Valdez, Skomberg, Jackson, Mahomes, Kelsey, Ravens D. Oh, and we got left over because is it Tucker or Butker? Butker, give the man his kicker. Move upside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Ravens D. Well, of course you got to get Justin Tucker in there. Jackson. Let's put it Rice. Let's leave out Mahomes. Let's grab Likely and Kelsey. And finally, Bateman, huh? Nah, no Bateman. We're going to try and do Mahomes and 5 Ravens. So Jackson, Tucker, Aguilar, Ravens D, and finally, Isaiah Likely. But affection. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. 20 lineups of a mixed bag and a mixed breed. Will it win? Are we contrarian enough, or are we just too out of our whack, losing $60? Well, let fate and faith decide our fortune and if you should win. Blow your money right here on the new Pharaoh's Lounge Kickstarter 14 days to go. 27,000. Peace, love, war, all that shit in between.